You've been struggling with your discipline, and it's been showing up as a struggle with your time. How? You're procrastinating. In the last two videos, I spoke to you about this, but now I really want to unpack how procrastination is actually a sign of weak discipline. Now, if that's you, I want you to really stay for this entire video because you're gonna actually be able to become aware of how much you're really struggling in this area and how you can begin to overcome it, because you need a mindset shift before you can start doing the things that you should have done a long time ago. Now, motivation suggests that you must always feel to do what you must do. You're always waiting on a feeling, right? But discipline suggests that you will do what you have to do anyway. Feeling or not, you will do what you have to do anyway. When you are a highly disciplined person, the things you have to do are inexcusable. Do you know what that means? You could never come up with a reason why that thing cannot be done. Because the discipline overrides the need for motivation. The discipline overrides the need for the feeling to be there. Discipline is like a ladder that you have to climb progressively. You can't get to skip the steps, but you build it one decision at a time. So John C. Maxwell says this: small disciplines repeated with consistency every day lead to great achievements gained slowly over time. I want to repeat that. Small disciplines repeated with consistency every day lead to great achievements gained slowly over time. So if you're trying to get somewhere really quickly, but you're missing the fact that you need discipline, you're not going to get there. So I want you to imagine you're trying to figure out why your business isn't doing better, but you are blind to the fact that you don't have the discipline of managing your time properly. So your business isn't suffering because you're not good at leading people. It's not suffering because you don't have good project management skills or good financial accounting skills, or you know how to deliver sales. Is suffering because you are bankrupt, bereft of the idea and of the habit of managing time. So if you don't stop that issue from continuing to perpetuate, you're going to really prevent the business from going forward. So sometimes it's very easy to sit in a room and say we have a revenue issue, but you don't even realize that the revenue issue points back to you and your poor discipline with time management, because you're still procrastinating something. When the minutes of the meeting come up, there was something you should have done 2 months ago that you haven't done because you procrastinated the task. So I spoke to you about this: avoidance over accountability. So procrastination says I'll choose comfort now and I'll choose progress later. It's not just laziness, sometimes it's emotional avoidance. Do you know that sometimes when you have hard decisions to make, what you avoid isn't really the decision, it's the emotion that is attached to making the decision. So when you can't bring yourself into the emotional space to handle that decision and the consequences of it, you just avoid making it altogether. So do you realize that sometimes what you're just labeling as one thing is actually rooted in something quite deeper? So you're not dodging the task, you're dodging the feelings associated with the task. So then how do you do that? Well, you need to bring your feelings under the subjection of your mind. Your feelings don't belong in the driver's seat, and I'm going to talk to you later about that, right? And how to really get yourself into the space you need to be. So every single day I have to do something I don't feel like doing. It's not every day I feel to work out. It's not every day I feel to stay up late to do something, or I feel to read the books that I have to read every single day, or wake up at 5:30 a.m. in the morning. I don't always feel to do that. As a matter of fact, sometimes I don't. I'm not encouraging you to always have to do. You're not a robot, you're not a machine. But there are some things that if you are inconsistent with, it's going to keep ruining your life and your business. If you can't manage your feelings, you can't manage your time. And if you can't manage your time, you can't manage your life. And if you can't manage your life, then you can't manage your business. Procrastinators don't build or scale profitable businesses. Only disciplined people are able to do that. So if you don't get to the realm of discipline where you are able to control those feelings, you are going to be in trouble. You are prioritizing avoidance over accountability. Be accountable to yourself. Be accountable to those you're leading in that business. Be accountable to your clients by actually getting things done on time and in a way that sets a standard to set your business apart. Number 2, you have big discipline because you value instant gratification. So procrastinator says, this feels good now. Discipline says, win later. When you're a disciplined person, this is the truth, you're going to be consistent for a long time before you actually see a reward. But that is what has to happen. Imagine if the first time you set out to wake up 5:30, or the first time you go to the gym and you lift up 100 pounds, you deadlift 100 pounds, that you see nice biceps, you will never lift it again. That's the truth. But you have to build up that capacity and build up that habit formation before you actually see the bicep that you want. Life was meant to make us wait so that we could become the people who could handle the thing that we're working for. Don't try to cheat life. If you try to cheat life, you'll never get what is really yours. If you want what's easy, you will never get the reward of doing what's hard. If business was easy, everybody would do it. It's hard. It's meant to be hard so that you could become a higher version of yourself for your business to succeed. It's meant to be hard. Stop wishing for easy. And Jim Rohn said this, don't wish it was easier. Wish you were better. Wish you were stronger. Wish you were wiser. And don't just wish. Wishers don't get anything. The people who actually do what they're supposed to do get the things that they want. One of my coaches and mentors always says, do the hard things up front. Stop waiting. If you really want success, you have to do the hard things up front. What are those things that you keep refusing to do because it's too hard and you expect it to be easier? Newsflash, it's not going to be. And if you're struggling, I want you to type in www.unstoppablewithin.com/breakthrough-call. Hop on a call with me. Let's talk about this. Let me coach you through this. Your struggle with the instant gratification, your struggle with avoidance over accountability, because your discipline is going to destroy your business from being profitable long term. It might be working on this scale, but there's a level coming. There's a place your business needs to go, and until you develop your discipline when it comes to time management, your business is never going to go there. My job here is to take you from stuck to unstoppable so that you can profit with peace. And I help you master your time, energy, and attention so that you will be able to do so. The third point, inaction becomes a habit. So every time you delay, you're reinforcing avoidance, right? You're training yourself to escape instead of engage. I was watching a K-drama recently and I really loved it. And one of the characters was saying, right, that you need to learn to face things head on. If you create a habit of avoidance and running away, right, and I'm not gonna do it, it's gonna become a habit. Habit formation is actually easy. You could form good habits and bad habits, and you could create a habit of inaction. So when you have self-control, you become stronger to do the hard things, right? Even when you don't feel like it. Habits actually take time and repeated action to form. Let me ask you this. What habits have you formed recently? Are they the habits that a disciplined person who is serious about their life and business are supposed to form? Are they the right habits? You can start changing your issue with procrastination today by doing what I like to call one bold massive action. You take an action, just one, not 20, not 50, just one. And it needs to be bold, something really big, something really massive, something that's really going to move the needle in your life and in your business and push you to another level. That's the action I want you to take today. Number 4, you're ignoring your future self. So procrastinations let the emotions they feel now decide what will happen in the future. So are you really okay with letting your future go to waste based on a present feeling? Like, are you really okay with your business never becoming profitable because you don't feel like holding that meeting today? Like, are you really okay with that? With losing that client because you don't want to send that email right now? Are you really okay with that? Because if you're okay with that, then don't do it. But if there is a place that you want to be, then you have to do the thing that you have to do to get there. I didn't feel like making this video. I sat down and I made other videos before I made this one. But guess what? I want to get somewhere. So I had to discipline myself to sit here and make the video. Emotional people don't always make the best decisions. How do I know? I was an emotional decision maker for years, and I saw how that absolutely catastrophized my life. When I started to make decisions from a place of discipline, everything changed. Feelings are indicators, not decision makers. What feelings make you avoid doing important things? I want you to sit and really think about it. What are the feelings that keep coming up that stop you from doing important things? For most people, it's the feeling of fear. I feel afraid, so I'm not going to do the things that are important. But fear is a liar. And fear exists to tell you that you are incapable of doing something you're fully equipped and fully capable to do. Because what fear does is keep you paralyzed. So we go back to that point, right, about inaction. So you're seeing how all these things are intertwined. And all of it is surfacing as a procrastination issue. But really, you have an issue with your feelings. Your feelings are in the driver's seat in your business and in your life. You can't make permanent decisions based on temporary emotions. You can't make permanent decisions based on temporary emotions. When you're a person who operates with wisdom, you weigh your options and you don't act on impulse. A prudent person literally considers their path. So when you're prudent, you're not going to let your emotions lead. You're going to lead with wisdom. And the fifth and final thing I really want you to understand is when you're a procrastinator, it's going to shape your identity. People are going to know you as a procrastinator. Every delay, people are going to say, you don't follow through. Every decision, somebody going to say, you show up. So when you delay, they're going to think you don't follow through. But when you decide, they're going to say, wow, he or she always shows up. So your identity is actually built through consistent action or inaction. Your good intentions don't build your identity. I want to repeat that to you again. Your good intentions, yes, I meant to send that email. I meant to call. I meant to follow up with you. That doesn't build your identity. That doesn't build your brand in business. What you consistently do is what builds it. Let me ask you a question. What is your identity? Not the one you think you have, the one other people say you have. What is your brand? What does your reputation really look like in the business space? A good name is more desirable than great riches, and to be esteemed is better than silver or gold. So your consistent character is actually going to silence critics. Do you know that? If you're a procrastinator, then you're giving something people to criticize you about. Don't let your good be evil spoken of, but it will be evil spoken of when you're not doing good. So you need to be prompt with your actions, prompt with your commitments, prompt with your promises. Be the person that follows through. Be the person that people could depend on. So if this video blessed you, I want you to like, comment, and subscribe. I want you to say, I am disciplined. It's very, very simple. That's all you need to say, because you're making a bold declaration today that you are disciplined. Rewatch this video. I always encourage you all to do that. Why? Because you don't just assimilate information hearing it once. You're going to have to hear it over and over and over again. So come back, watch it, make sure www.unstoppablewithin.com/breakthrough call. Book that call with me. I want to introduce you to a higher version of yourself. Who? The version that's disciplined. That version that will take you from stuck to unstoppable so you can profit with peace, because you're going to get momentum by mastering your time, energy, and attention. Take care of yourself.